Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start in 5 minutes, so if everybody can begin to move to your seats. Thank you. They heard me. Uh-oh. I don't know whose notes these are. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please take a seat, we're going to begin shortly. Yeah, there.
On my paper, sir.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen.
Thank you.
Are you starting us off?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe if you can get everybody to sit down, that would be fantastic. I tried.
Good morning, everyone. Would you please take a seat? We're going to be starting momentarily. Thank you. This is perfect. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
We're ready.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shelley Esden, Chief Operating Officer of Sonata Senior Living. Thank you so much for joining us. Could we ask for any better weather? And speaking of that, I feel like I've got one of the best views in the Orlando metro area. I'm honored to be your mistress of ceremonies for this incredibly important day. We're here to commemorate the official groundbreaking of Sonata Senior Living's newest luxury retirement community, Sonata Lake Mary. We're also here to celebrate the impact of this community on the lives of seniors and their families in Lake Mary and the surrounding areas, and to essentially pledge our commitment to them as they look forward to a brighter future and expect more. As the seniors expect more safety, as they expect more socialization, and they expect more innovation. To start things off this morning, I would like to introduce Bridget Perez, who will be conducting our invocation.
Good morning. I'm Bridget Perez, and I am a Regional Business Development Director with Sonata. We're going to just take a moment to bow our heads in silence. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this beautiful weather that you've provided for us. Thank you for protecting and keeping us safe. Thank you for this beautiful country, for our United States of America. We ask your protection over every single person who works in this beautiful lot that we're building this beautiful community on. We ask prayers and protection over all the workers, as well as all the amazing older adults that will be living in our building, all those that will be working for us. We ask this in your precious name. Amen.
Thank you, Bridget. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. For us today, the word groundbreaking stands for far more than the literal meaning of the word. It stands for groundbreaking technologies and innovations that not only distinguish us from other senior living providers, but boast an unprecedented level of safety and security for our residents. It stands for new ways to keep our residents connected to their loved ones and to others around the world. It stands for our team members and all of our partners and our local officials whose perseverance through one of the most challenging times in our history has allowed us to overcome unthinkable barriers. It is only through the close teamwork, collaboration, and hard work by everyone that we are here today. Sonata team members, architects, city officials, engineers, attorneys, bankers, general contractors, and developers all joined in a multi-year planning effort to envision and shape the senior living community. We did so while having our lives turned upside down by a pandemic. We learned from each other through this process, refining our plans until we found the perfect solution. Together, we chose a course that will achieve the greatest functionality and innovative features with the most inspiring design. The state-of-the-art technology and magnificent spaces of Sonata Lake Mary enables us to rethink the use of senior living spaces and introduce communities that meet our seniors and their families' evolving needs and expectations as the 21st century continues to unfold. At this time, I would like to recognize our city officials who have joined us today. Mayor David Miller, would you please stand? City Commissioner Jordan Smith. City Manager Kevin Smith. Community Development Director Stephen Noto. Fire Marshal Lillian Sexton. We know who holds the real power. Business Community Coordinator Alyssa Muchacho. Event and Sponsorship Manager Jamie Hempel. At this time, I would like to introduce our first speaker. Richard Toomey, Retained Consultant and Development Partner, Parkway Property Investments. Mr. Toomey's career spans over the last 29 years in Central and North Florida. He's produced over $2 billion in deals that range from high-rise office acquisitions, refurbish, lease-up, construction management, and dispositions. Over 6 years ago, Rich secured a 175-acre land opportunity with 1 mile fronting I-4 in Lake Mary, Florida. He's developed this site into what is known today as Lake Mary Wellness and Technology Park, and we are very proud to be a part of it. Mr. Toomey.
I'm walking a little funny because I have a fake knee all of a sudden about 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Shelley. As Shelley mentioned, we were lucky enough to secure this parcel over 6 years ago, and in a fantastic city of Lake Mary. And Mayor, we really appreciate your efforts, Kevin and the planning department, Steve Noto. We've been working together for over 6.5 years. They've all helped make this this very difficult transaction a reality. I mean, we, in addition to dealing with the planning department, we had to deal with every single agency in the country on this particular parcel. And you know, good things come to those who work hard and wait. And so we're very happy. This city, I think in 2007, actually, Money Magazine ranked Lake Mary, Florida as 4th in the country for best places to live. So that is really a feat, and from my perspective, it's gotten even better since then. What we did with this property is we actually started with one concept in mind for the overall site. But as you know, in many developments, they morph into something else. And as we got further and further along with our development, we ended up landing Orlando Health, which is building and in construction doing now about $470 million worth of a full hospital campus on site. They've got the emergency room done, 60,000 square feet of medical office. And that really creates kind of the synergy for what we decided to create within the park. We started off with technology, since technology is really happening today with all of the bigger office components. We put the wellness together with the technology, and that's where we came up with the Wellness and Technology Park for Lake Mary. Some of the partners that we decided to bring on and thought about, certainly one of them was Sonata Healthcare. And through the process of dealing with Sonata Healthcare, they may not know this, but they had a competitor who wanted to come into the same site. And there became a little bit of a bidding war kind of off record. And learning more and more about Sonata Healthcare and knowing Stuart Beebe for many years before this made me really realize that we wanted this AAA quality caring type of a facility who has at least a dozen type of these facilities in the state of Florida, and I think they're working on even more. That doesn't include this site. And so their quality of what they do, the people that run their organizations, the caring. I've dealt with Stephen Caruso for about two and a half years now, and he's dots every I and crosses every T. So at every level of this organization, from the ground up to the care, we decided, even from the fact that we had a higher bid. Yes, we did. We had somebody who was willing to pay more money for this site, and we decided to go with Sonata Healthcare. Okay? Have never told you that, Stephen, but I just want you to know that. So and then once they came in with their elevations and their floor plans and all the stuff they were doing, it's just beautiful. If you've ever seen it, I don't know if you put it out for a record or not, but their site plans are fantastic. And even with Lake Mary is a very proud place, and it's not easy to get elevations approved. But I think they went through with flying colors, and a couple of tweaks here and a couple of tweaks there. So they did fantastic. And the other aspect about having Sonata Healthcare here, this entire park, as it's evolved, has other tenants in the park that actually it's become a symbiotic relationship here. So Sonata Healthcare is next to the hospital. So there's a symbiotic relationship right there. We have a Hilton Homes to Suites 123-room hotel going in across the street, kitty corner. That's another relationship right there. We're building 300 multifamily homes for rent, and we're also building another 50 townhomes for sale. So you can have a resident who is in the assisted living or the memory care, where the other party, the spouse, could be in a rental or a home if they want to be close by. You've got Orlando Health bought another 8 acres for another 110,000 square feet of medical office. Therefore, you have more office for more physicians, for more care for the people that are here. And then we have, this goes out through the whole park. We have another 1 million square feet of office component going in here. And the location and proximity of this is just so convenient outside of the hospital and the apartments and the hotel. You've got a full set of retail and anything you want that you need within a mile from here or less. So at the end of the day, this Sonata Healthcare addition to our park really rounded us off to be the best that we can be. I mean, we didn't want to be the typical, office park or town center or anything like that. This is, I think, one of the first of its kind in Florida where it's a wellness and technology park specifically for those two reasons. So for that, I congratulate Stuart and Stephen and the rest of the group and Lake Mary for landing this company. And I thank you for your business. I really do. Appreciate it. It's been well working with you.
Thank you, Mr. Toomey. At this time, I would like to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Mayor David Mueller. Mayor David Mueller is a longtime fixture and resident of Lake Mary, Florida. Before beginning his career in public service, he attended and graduated the University of Georgia. I'm not going to hold that against you, though, where he earned his baccalaureate, master's, and PhD degrees. He proudly served the United States Army and was awarded the U.S. Army Commendation Medal. After honorably serving his country, he served the citizens of Lake Mary proudly over the last 30 years, as city commissioner and mayor. As a member of the Florida House of Representatives representing the 34th House District, and once again as mayor of Lake Mary, a position he has held since 2008. Mayor David Mueller.
Shelley, thank you very much. And it is truly a pleasure to be here this morning. What I love about this site is you see some of the most beautiful sunrises. In the evening, your residents will see some of the most remarkable sunsets. It really is a remarkable location. First of all, welcome. Mr. Toomey, first of all, thank you very much. I thank you for allowing us to share a vision, because what we have in Lake Mary, as you know and others know, the lowest crime rate in all of Central Florida, the lowest tax rate in all of Central Florida. It didn't happen by accident. It happened by design. And you and your team have been part of that process, and we just greatly appreciate this. But what I love about what we're doing today, if you stop and think about Sonata for just a moment, a locally operated healthcare industry recognized across the state and in some ways nationally for the type of delivery that you do. This past year has been very, very difficult, and we alluded to it. Economic stressors. But what we were able to do in Lake Mary is to simply say, there is an issue. How do we problem solve in a creative and collaborative manner? This project is part of that process. If you stop and think about those that need income, you've got a great construction team. Over 200 people will be employed during the construction of this facility. But what I'm excited about is the 85 professionals that will be part of the Sonata team here permanently. That is an amazing accomplishment. And I have to tell you, in this day and time, to provide for our families, and you were very kind with the introduction. I think it basically says that I'm advanced age. So this may be very, very important to me. But the design feature. Sonata is a company, when you look at what they do, where they're located, and how they design their resort-style facilities, I'm very excited that this may be one of your best, Mr. Beebe, and we greatly appreciate that. If you stop and think about the philosophy of Sonata, its guiding principles that center around people, commitment, and innovation. And it's that innovation component to provide state-of-the-art health care for all age groups, coupled with the proximity to the hospital. We talk about Lake Mary being a full life cycle community. And on this property, we'll see our children born. Both of my children were born at Orlando Health. And as we advance to have an opportunity for our loved ones and others to remain on the same if you will, community park. That means a great deal to us. But your philosophy and your guiding innovation will be cited in one of the best places possible. Lake Mary Technology, Lake Mary Wellness, all come together. They're fused to create an environment that guarantees success. We wish you every success. The Lake Mary team is recognized across the country with corporate locations in other states and other countries, saying that one of the best relationships they've had is that of their interactions with Lake Mary. So, Shelley, Mr. Toomey, Mr. Beebe, on behalf of the City of Lake Mary, our City Commission, our City Manager, and our City team, welcome to Lake Mary. Wish you every success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor. At this time, I would like to introduce Stuart Beebe, our founder, our CEO, our president, and my friend. I've worked for Stuart since we co-founded Sonata 11 years ago. With 11 current operating communities, we now have 2 under construction, Sonata Lake Mary and another on the East Coast. Stuart brings over 30 years real estate experience to Sonata. Previously, he was CEO, president of CNL Retirement Properties, which was a public unlisted REIT, and he led the strategic initiatives resulting in the sale of the REIT in 2006 to healthcare property investors for over $5.3 billion. Then the largest healthcare REIT transaction in history. Mr. Beebe has also held senior management positions at CNL Corporate Properties and Lincoln Property Company. But what I respect most about Mr. Beebe is what he's done the past 11 years. With the help of our team, many of those who are here today, he's helped us build state-of-the-art communities that have truly made a difference and elevated the standard of senior living in the state of Florida. We have national operators that are mimicking our design, that are mimicking our programming, and I'm very proud of what he has made possible for seniors and their families in this state and now for Lake Mary. Stuart.
Good morning. Thanks for coming this morning. It's just a milestone. Groundbreakings are ceremonial, but this one is particularly special to me because it took us a little longer to get to the finish line than we expected. It was about a year ago, almost to the day, that we moved. We're based in Orlando. We have offices in downtown, and we had just moved to a new office space in downtown. March 2nd was our first day on the job. And I think maybe 7 days later, something like that, all heck broke loose. And we were, people were working from home. The world was upside down. It's like, this is the daylight savings. I think soon we switch to daylight savings. Is that? So this felt like we didn't go to daylight savings back in March. It's almost like we switched into the twilight zone. It was just bizarre. But every deal is hard to get across the finish line, but we would not have been able to do that with the support of our team, development team, our partners, our capital partners, our lenders, our attorneys, our civil engineers, and it was their patience with us getting this thing closed, the land closed, that we recognize how important that is. I know that I didn't know you were dating somebody else, Rich. Yep, sorry for this land. I got to think about that. She was prettier. Okay. Well, we won't tell Mr. Peace down there. We'll keep it on the down low. I think we first started looking at this site where's Stephen? Late 2018, something like that. Yeah. In here, 2019, 2020. So there were several times where we needed more time, and so I wasn't going to call Rich. I'd say, Stephen, you need to call Rich, and Stephen would go, oh God, all right. And those famous 4 words, we need more time. So we had a few contract extensions. Eddie is with the Lowndes firm. He does all our transactional work. He helped us through that with Rich's counsel. But we went and got the last extension. Rich said, all right, this is it. My partner's saying, you got to do December 3rd. That's it. No more time, not 1 second beyond that. We're like, no problem. This was back in August or something like that. We'll get it there. Of course, we closed on December 3rd. We took absolutely every second to close. Life kind of works that way. You kind of fill the gap, but we did get it across the finish line, and it would not have been without the help of a few key people. Is Selby here today with Klima Weeks? Virtually. Hey, Selby. Selby kind of introduced us to this site because he was the civil working, I think, with Orlando Health. So we love our partners because they give us good inside information, so we got in early. The design team, Chancey Design, they're based in Ybor City. They designed a beautiful building, by the way. Also worked with us as we had to find more time to get across the finish line. And I don't know, is Ron here today? There he is. Hey, Ron. Thank you for your patience. Walt, Ron, Pete, your team. And then Winter Park Construction, Jeff and his team. We, of course, a big part of this is getting the construction cost to work within a budget. And we kind of, it drew out a little longer than we thought. So Chuck and Craig, who were helping estimate, said, well, we need a closing date. I got to get my subcontractors, like, when are we going to start? So I think we had a June start, and it was an August start, and then October 15th. We're definitely going to, start by October 15th. Well, we got started December 15th. But what they did by holding the pricing together that long, which is very difficult to do, really made this thing happen. So we owe a debt of gratitude to Winter Park Construction for sure. The next step, when we do deals, we put our own money in. We co-invest, but we can't bring all the equity to the table. But there's a big gap filled with the construction loan. So when this pandemic hit, the capital markets kind of just shut down because lenders don't like uncertainty. And we were really concerned if we were going to be able to find a bank with the terms that made sense for us in the whole capital stack, the structure. And Bank of Texas, along with Regions Bank, I don't know, is Amber here today? Regions? Nope. Virtual? Hey, Amber. That's scary, this thing's being, is this a live stream? Jeez, I better clean up here. Debt of gratitude, though, for them stepping up and saying, we believe in you, we believe in the project, we're ready to do a construction loan with you. So we kind of, had to cobble that in place. But the big missing piece was the big chunk of equity. And we don't do deals with a lot of partners. We like to keep that close and develop relationships. And so we got a handful of people that we went to and said, hey, we got a great site in Lake Mary. It's dynamite. Nothing's been built in 10 years. Great exposure to I-4, state-of-the-art design. And all the lenders, all the equity guys except one, just were hunkered down. They said, we're not traveling. We got to travel in order to approve a deal. We got to see the site. We got to walk or drive the comps and see what's going on. It's like, well, come on down. Well, we can't. There's a travel ban. Well, we'll send a plane for you and fly you down if you want to see it. We got to check with HR on that. It's like, oh gosh, are you kidding me? One group though did step up. Berkshire Residential Investments. Matthew Whitlock is here today, who did believe in us and did say, I like this deal. My team likes this deal. We'll get it done. I'll figure out how to get somebody down to do whatever we need to do. And in fact, he and his partner, Heather, came down last August in the middle of COVID to meet with us, see the site. And we would not have gotten across the finish line without the Berkshire team. So, Matthew, thank you. I mean, we wouldn't be here without your money. We love you, but we love your money. And it was a tough trip coming from Boston down here. I'm sorry. It was, yeah. Wow, I couldn't live north of the Mason-Dixon line. That's just crazy. So it was a combination of, team effort. Everybody, mentioned here, and I'm sure I've missed a few people, made this happen. This is our 13th property, lucky number 13. I'm not too superstitious. This is made out of metal. Knock on wood. And we're not out to do quantity, we're out to do quality. So we are very careful with our sites. We don't have more than one going at any given time. And our goal is to raise the bar in the communities that we build in and develop and operate in. And there's not a better operator in the world than Shelley and her team, and no doubt about it. And her team, who helped put this event together, awesome, great job, and with social distancing and masks and all that stuff. So, special milestone for us. This will be our best and most favorite project, I have no doubt. 193 apartments, state-of-the-art, beautiful design, great amenities, great outdoor space. It will weave into the fabric of the city of Lake Mary in Seminole County. I think there are adult children here who want to bring their mom down or their dad down to live in this wonderful place, see the wonderful sunsets, or sunrises and sunsets. And I think it's all going to be under the context of our guiding philosophy, which is at your service. We're hospitality resort oriented. So we bring that element to it. And this past year, Shelley has also brought the Sonata Safe philosophy to bolt onto that, which is, all about recognizing how we have to live in this new world with COVID. And some of the things, the technologies we're doing in the new building will help us achieve that. So it's going to be a great project. It's a beautiful site. Thank you, Rich, for your patience. Eddie, thank you for your counsel. Craig, the Winter Park guys, Jeff, Ron, it's good partners. It's a team effort, and that's how we got across the line. So thanks for coming today. I really appreciate it. I feel good about what we're doing here. I really do. So, with that said, I think, Shelley, are we going to do some shoveling things? Fake digging up dirt?
Thank you again, everyone, for coming. I think it's time for us to have our official groundbreaking. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Christina, our Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Christina, and for those of you who received a piece of paper for the photo lineup, would you please proceed to the front?
What a good-looking bunch of people.
Absolutely. Hey, it's your vaccination. We're in Florida. We're at your invitation. All right.
All right, here we go. Big smile. Well, that's what they look like.
All right, you ready to throw some dirt?
Right to the camera. We're live streaming this, so. You're in the front. On three. Everybody get a scoop.